A lot of time, entrepreneurs are doing different things, finding different strategies, taking actions, trying harder. But the real thing is, all of these things have something way deeper underneath them, and that is their self image, their identity. And that is running the show. A lot of times, I hear entrepreneurs saying, I really want to scale. I don't understand why my business is not scaling. I've tried that strategy. I don't understand why it's not working. I've been doing this for so long. But the question is, do you really see yourself successful right now? Or you're waiting for the strategy to click so that you can start seeing yourself as a successful entrepreneur? Problem is that if we are holding on the self-image that doesn't align with what we really want to create, what we are really doing is we are trying to change the reflection in the mirror without changing the way we actually look. And the way we look is how we see ourselves. For instance, if an entrepreneur wants to increase their pricing, but deep down they know and they feel that nobody's going to pay that much money, they can keep trying different strategies, they can position themselves differently, they can do all those things. But the problem is that their the problem is that their energy is speaking much louder than what they're saying, what they're posting, how they're communicating. Because every time they show up, every time they sell, their words are only 8%. And the real deal is their energy. Do you believe in every fiber of your being that this should be more, this should be worth more? And what we also tend to do is we tend to associate a product or our service worth with our worth. And this is completely messing it up, because you are literally priceless. There's no price we can put on you. No matter what happens in your childhood, no matter how you were treated, no matter how money was like, no matter what happened in school, in your initial years, doesn't matter. Your worth is untouchable. But when we start to associate our human experience with how much we can charge, oh, I'm not that educated, I need more degrees, I'm not good at that, I can't do that, it reflects in our work, it reflects in our conviction, and it reflects in how we charge. While we are thinking, let me find the right strategy, let me think what really works, let me look for that formula, that script, that thing, that tool, the thing that is really running the show is your self-concept, your self-image, how you actually see yourself. And it's not just physical image, it's how you really see. Each one of us holds a mental blueprint about ourselves. That blueprint dictates who we are, how we see ourselves, what we think about ourselves. And based on that mental blueprint, we are actually thinking, feeling, and acting in alignment with that. So even if you think, no, I can, if I do a lot more, I'm sure I can break through it, you can't. It's like you're sitting in the car and you put the address, which is your self image, and you think, if I keep driving like 16 hours, I'll go to a different location. But you can't. It's not about working more, it's about seeing what is running the show, what is going on, what are you actually thinking. Because a lot of times you don't even know what we are actually thinking. Like, if you be really super honest with yourself and take a pen and paper and say, what did I actually think since morning? What did I actually think about? What did I say? What did I feel? What did I say to myself? What kind of feelings did I have? And then you realize that based on what you were actually thinking, there is a self-image which is dictating that thinking. And when you say, why am I thinking this way? Do I think it's not going to work? Why do I think I need to push harder? Why do I think I need to take 100 actions instead of 5 really good actions, really aligned with right energy? Why do I think that I need more and more and more and more? What if less is more for me? What if whatever I do works? I had this huge breakthrough many years ago when I kept trying different things. I was trying that, I was trying this, I was working so hard, I was trying different strategies one after the next. In fact, when I was working on one strategy, my assumption was it's not going to work anyway, so let's go on the next one. And then I was constantly on that cycle of strategies. That's when I had this huge breakthrough, and I realized that, you know what, I think I'm not that intelligent enough, because when I was little, somebody told me, somebody in my family, that you're not that intelligent. That means that you have to work really, really hard to get to the same result, which other people may not need as long. And because of that, I always thought that if a normal person can do this with less effort, I need triple or 10 times more effort. And I stayed true to that identity until I became aware. A lot of times we are not even aware of how we are really seeing ourselves. What are we really thinking about ourselves? And what we are so worried about is doing more, pushing harder. How can I get clients? This this phrase, get clients, is so engrossed in getting and doing. But what if we ask ourselves, who do I need to be? How do I see myself to attract the right clients? How do I see myself that when the clients come across my work, when they see me, because I'm on the right frequency, with the right identity, they will stumble on my stuff. It is inevitable. It's law of attraction working. Why don't I just focus on being who I really am and trusting that law of attraction is working? What we want to do is, we are not focusing on becoming the right magnet, but we want to take care of the attraction piece. But you can only attract what you're in harmony with. You can only attract what you are being. Do you believe from every fiber of your being that your work can change lives? Truly, really believe that? If you believe that, your subconscious will think it's a sin not to be visible. But if you think it doesn't, then it's a sin to be visible, right? Because you are not really behind it. If you truly believe that something, you will go on your rooftops to take that message everywhere. You will scream out loud and say, guys, listen to this. This is the greatest thing ever. But if you're not doing that, then the question is, do you really believe that? Or you're thinking, if I find a different strategy, it's going to take care of that. It's like hiding under the strategy. It won't cover you. It's just a way. When we were little, the biggest quantum leaps that we have in our life are the three big ones in the first 3 years of our life: eating by ourselves, walking by ourselves, and running by ourselves, and talking by ourselves. Actually, four. And we didn't really worry, what is the strategy to walk by myself? Is there a strategy? Is there a strategy that I can start eating by myself? That's the biggest quantum leap, if you think about it. For a baby who couldn't do anything, couldn't even walk or talk or sit by themselves. Why we did it? Because we believed we could. We kept trying, and we did it because we believed. How does the believing comes? When you ask yourself, who am I really? And when you ask this question, who I really am, you realize you have already been that person all this time. You have already been this person. You are that already. There is nothing that you need to change about yourself. Just need to see that. Just need to hold that image. One of the identities that has massively helped me in my business, in my life, is the identity of VIP. I am a very important person. And when I say it doesn't mean other people are not, they absolutely are. But I have acknowledged that. I am a very important person. That's why how I think about myself is important. Whether I'm feeling confident or not, that is important. I be the most confident of me every day. I practice that, because you can even be more confident. There is no limit to that. I put an intention there. I want to be the most confident me. I want to be the most passionate that I've ever been. I want to be the most grounded and solid that I've ever been. My work is valuable because I'm a very important person. Put in my heart and soul in my work. Like, really put in all my desire, my love, my pure energy in my work, and love it to the core. And because I love my work, I value my work, so I price accordingly. And because I price accordingly, I value my work, I attract people who value my work. You see how it's a whole belief system. And when you hang on to that, when you plug into that, everything starts to become green. Everything changes. It is connected. It's like it's all connected. And when people who attract and value my work, they value my work because they value themselves. So you cannot value somebody else if you can't value yourself. And because they value themselves, they put in the work, they get incredible results, and they believe in themselves, and they do no matter what it takes. And because of that, they create masterpiece, they create incredible results. And because of that, my value in me get reinforced. It's all connected. But everything begins with, do you feel you are an important person? Do you feel you are worthy? Do you feel that yes, there is something in you which is constantly activating you, which is chasing you, which is saying, yes, it is for you? Do you hear that? We are so good at almost like making ourselves small, because the problem is once we get to a certain level, for us, that level is not a big deal because we have done it. So somebody who crack $1 billion will feel that's not a big deal. Billion is can be done. I've done it. I can do it again. But just because you have cracked it doesn't mean it's not a big deal. It means you hold your value every single day while you're becoming better. Holding your value doesn't mean, oh, I'm done. I've done everything now. It's not that. It's, I see I'm a valuable person. So I focus on my growth and development every day. Not from the place of it's not enough. From the place of this is who I am. 95% is your identity, which is running your show. Ask yourself, who am I? Who I really am? And how do I see myself now? Like, if you be very, very honest with yourself, very blatantly honest, and say, how do I actually see myself? Am I holding the greatest vision for me? Am I standing on my truth? You don't need to convince yourself. Just need to see who you really are. And when you operate from that place, you attract the perfect clients who see your value. You attract the right prices. You help people get results. You value your work. The world moves. Everything changes. And when you play small, you attract people who play small. And then you realize they're not even putting the work, which actually makes your value even less in your eyes, which constantly reinforces that, oh yes, I'm not valuable. My work is not good enough. Everything is connected, but it all starts with you holding your highest self-image. You are seeing your truth, not what you have been told. And the moment you find something that doesn't align to your truth, you just put it down. I tell my clients, just put it down. They say, what if I put this down? And when you put it down, the new one emerges, the truth emerges. So just put it down. Oh, I felt I'm not that smart enough and I need to work harder. Can I put it down? Even if it hurts, you can feel the pain, you can process it, you can sit with it, you can cry about it, you can think of all the things that how it dictated you, and then you can just put it down. And the moment you change and shift your identity, your vibrational match, what's in the mirror shifts immediately and you see it. And you don't even have to worry about taking action because you always act in line with your identity. As you become more confident, you will show up more confidently. It's inevitable. It's all connected, but everything starts with, who am I?